Hi everyone, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, I love luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if they're things that appeal to you, I hope you'll do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button down below. I am currently trying desperately to get to 13,000 subscribers before my birthday at the end of February. It would be a brilliant birthday present. It is a massive ask, but if you can help me out, I would really appreciate it. Today I'm going to review Pharrell Williams' latest runway collection for Louis Vuitton. So I don't generally make videos like this. I watch the shows every now and again. I don't have a design background or a fashion background. I am just a lover of Louis Vuitton and have been for over 20 years. So I've seen the house go through many, many changes over that time. There was a lot of concern around Pharrell being made creative director for the menswear department, simply because he's a celebrity and we're like, well, what are we going to get with this? And he was also taking over from Virgil, who had done so much to raise the profile of menswear for Louis Vuitton and make it very urban and very accessible and suit a clientele that we hadn't seen catered for by Louis Vuitton in the past. So they were big shoes to fill when we lost Virgil, and we didn't see a quick replacement, which I thought was very respectful of the brand. We didn't go, oh, that he's gone now, let's just replace him. Poor man died, let's give him a minute. And now we see Pharrell. So I feel like Pharrell has probably done this really well for an incoming creative director. So this is the third show we've seen from him. This current show that just walked the runway is his third show. We had his first show that walked and we saw a lot of old styles coming back. He really spent a lot of time paying homage to the brand and its history in that first show. We saw the resurgence of the Alma GM. We saw the Speedy 40 coming back. These are all pieces we haven't seen since the 90s, really, or at least the early 2000s. They kind of fell by the wayside and now we're seeing them come back. He's bringing them back. I actually went to Agnières, which is the house of Louis Vuitton I went to Agnières, which is place, and the house of Louis Vuitton in Agnières when I was in Paris with my good friend Dale. My sales associate set it up for me as a VIP. It was just a lot of, I have no words. It was such an amazing experience. I will link the vlog down below in case you haven't seen it. And while I was there, I asked about creative directors spending time at the actual house itself and with the artisans there when they are incoming. And I was told that Pharrell had, when he got the jobs, come and spent a couple of days at Agnières. He had spent time at the house, really immersing himself in the history of Louis Vuitton, talking to the artisans and taking time to just be there and really immerse himself, which I think is a really smart thing for any creative director to do, because you're walking into something that you have you have an idea about it, but you've really got to get a feel for it. You have to make your vision match the brand you are designing for. You can't come in and just tear down everything that they have done for hundreds of years and go, okay, well, I'm going to do it completely differently. It doesn't work. You've got to make sure that you're respectful when you're coming into that role, and I feel like Pharrell really did that. His first collection, we saw a lot of those pieces we hadn't seen before. We saw silhouettes that we had seen previously, but it still had this different flavor to it, this Pharrell flavor. Then we saw his second show, which was really like the surf show, I suppose, and we saw a bit more of Pharrell in that, but there was still very much like, it's very Louis Vuitton. You could see that looking at it, but you could definitely see that Pharrell was in there. And we started to see more of his silhouettes. The pant leg in the more flared style, he's definitely got a silhouette that he's going for in the menswear department, and we can see this gradual change through the different runways. He didn't come in guns blazing and go, I'm going to do it this way and this is what it's all going to look like. He's tried very hard to make sure he's doing him, but for Louis Vuitton, which I appreciate as a long-term client and somebody who loves Louis Vuitton. This third show, this current show, oh my goodness, was this Pharrell. Still got definite Louis Vuitton vibes. It's still there, but it was the first time I really felt like he exploded. He went, this is me. Like, this is what I want to do with this brand. I want to make it mine. I want this menswear. I want to be creative director for menswear for Louis Vuitton, and here I am. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what's in my head. And yes, there are most certainly pieces from this collection which are a lot of look. So I've picked a few and I'll throw some photos up for you guys to have a look. So this look here, this is a lot of look. This is a lot of red. And this other look, this is a lot of sparkle for the menswear department. These were a lot of looks. And then the next one is with the white chaps. Like, we can see that this was very Western style. So yes, there were most certainly looks and pieces from this collection that we all went, whoa, oh my goodness, who is wearing that? The answer to that question is not many people. So at Louis Vuitton, only 10% of Louis Vuitton clients buy ready to wear. That's a hard statistic. That's a true statistic. 10% of Louis Vuitton clients buy ready to wear. So it's a very small percentage to start with. There would be a tiny little percentage who look at an entire look on the runway and go, I can wear that exactly as is. I want to buy every single piece of that look. That's not how these runways are created. Yes, there is an acceptance that they're being styled in this way because the creative director thinks these pieces go together and that this look looks that way. But even the correct creative director is not stupid enough to think everybody's buying every single one of those pieces. As a creative director, your job is to have the big vision. This is my vision for this show, and these are all the pieces that I want. And then you also need to look at it from a commercial standpoint and go, okay, is someone going to watch this show and go, I love those pants. I love that shoe, which like the Timberland shoe that they created, Louis Vuitton cross Timberland. They're very commercial. Absolutely. They're going to sell really well. Timberland is such a comfortable boot. I absolutely expect that they're going to sell out. But there were certainly pieces that were very commercial. So I think when you watch these shows, the most important thing is to really break down the looks and go, okay, what in this is going to sell well? What in this suits the person who's looking at it and that they're actually going to buy something from this look? I also make the point that not everything goes into production. Most certainly not. I have experienced that myself. I have paid for and ordered many pieces straight from the runway that have never gone into production. So not everything from this show will go into production. So some of it really is just for show purposes. And there would probably be an understanding very early on about pieces that aren't going to go into production. So we're going to show them, but this was really a pain in the backside of a piece to make, and it cost an absolute fortune, and we really just don't want to do the work in it. So it's not going to go into production, but we'll show it because it goes with this show and it's part of the creative director's vision. So there are certainly those pieces as well. This show was about, had a Native American theme to it. I am sorry if Native American is not the correct term that I should be using. My understanding is that that is the culturally appropriate term. But as an Australian, I understand that we have the oldest living population in the world here, and they have been called many things through time. We have referred to them as Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islanders. We've referred to them as Indigenous Australians. The current correct term for them is First Nations people, and I have great respect for that. So I apologize profusely if Native Americans is not the correct term that is used in America at the moment. I am not American, I am Australian, so I don't mean it with offense if that isn't correct. But I will use the term and I strongly apologize if it's not right. So this had very much a Native American theme to it. There were several designers who were Native Americans who designed with the team for this collection. So those who are saying, oh, it was so Western, like, yes, it was, but it wasn't cowboy Western, it was Native American Western. That was where the vision came from. And yes, that it often is tied in with cowboy theme, like the West in America, but the designers, the vision for this was Native American, and you definitely saw that when you looked at the detail in these pieces. So if you just look beyond the cowboy boots and actually look at the detail in the cowboy boots, it was all Native American, and it was so beautiful, like really beautifully done. The detail in these pieces was phenomenal. I was blown away by that. So yes, there's a lot of people who just watch the runway and go, oh my God, I'd never wear any of that. That's fine. You don't have to wear any of it, but you've got to look at it from an artistic standpoint sometimes and go, artistically, this was a really beautiful show. Pharrell did something with this show that yes, we've seen silhouettes like this before. Yes, we've seen a Native American show before, but I really felt like he made it him. There were so many pieces in this show that I could see that he could wear. There were so many pieces in this show that I thought were so wearable, even the Native American pieces. So I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do as a creative director. I was the person, and my sales associate, Peter, if you watch this, he will vouch for me on this. I was like, oh, Pharrell Williams, really? How is this going to go? And Peter's been talking to me for months about, give him a minute. I think he's going to do great things. And Peter was right. Peter is often right, and I am often wrong. And he was very right. And Peter was actually there for this show. So I have photos that we haven't seen on the internet so far, and I have information that I haven't seen anywhere else yet, because Peter was actually at this show in Paris with a client. So I am grateful to him for sharing this with me. I'm grateful to Peter because he is so knowledgeable about design. He does have a design background, and he talks to me at a much higher level than even I understand, but he is always patient with me because I don't know everything. So let me share some of the looks that I thought were well worth a second look. So first of all, let's look at this bag. So I'll insert a picture. This bag has been absolutely dragged through the mud on social media and commentary. Pharrell Williams personally designed this bag. Now, it might not be your cup of tea. I most certainly understand that. It's not mine. I don't want one of these, but I can see artistically it is beautiful. And I have respect for the fact that Pharrell Williams has gone out on a ledge and designed a bag that didn't exist and actually put his heart and soul into something. So I have respect for what he did with this. Is it the most groundbreaking bag on the face of the earth? No, but did he personally put himself into this collection? Yes, he's not just phoning it in as a celebrity. He's actually really invested in this. This piece also, I will show you. So it's in a keepall. They're also doing it in a Speedy 25. And this was designed by the Native American design team that he brought in. Beautiful, beautiful detail on it. Once again, I don't want this piece. This isn't a piece I'm looking at for myself, but I can certainly see the beauty in this. And this is one of the pieces that my sales associate, Peter, was very, he saw it in person, so he was really excited about it because he can see the detail in person, whereas I'm only seeing it on a screen. Stunningly beautiful, but the way they did these croc pieces were amazing. I don't do orange or browns mainly, but this real sunburnt feeling. And as somebody who lives in Australia, and we love a sunburnt country, it's a whole poem, and that's what our country is. We have the red earth in the middle of the country. Like, we have really hot weather. We're mainly desert as a country. I saw the sunburntness of this, and I imagine it applies to probably a lot of Western, like, you know, I suppose Texas, I don't know, like the farming, the cattle farm areas of the US. I imagine you have a lot of like different colored sand, and certainly maybe Mexico as well. Like that, it just has that feel to it. And they only made 5 of these pieces. The Speedy in the croc, there's only 5 pieces available to buy. Now, you have to have a lot of money to buy them. They're ridiculously expensive, but they are beautiful. I don't want one. It doesn't suit my color palette, but it is stunning. Like, you've got to really look at them from an artistic standpoint as well. It's not just necessarily about what you want to buy. So some of the pieces that I really loved from this collection. So this look, I'll throw this look up for you. So yes, let's take out the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat, and just we've got a pair of jeans and a white shirt and a trench coat in this green with the belt, the beautiful belt. that's a fabulous look. Like, it's a really fabulous look for a male. This collection for me, I looked at a few of the pieces and went, I really wish my husband could wear ready to wear. My husband is 6'6" and he's very broad. He's not fat. He's like built. He comes from Viking stock, so he's a very big man. So ready to wear never works for him. We've tried several occasions and it just never works for him. But a lot of these looks, I went, I really wish my husband could wear them, because like a good pair of jeans and a white shirt and a trench coat, like great. Like that's just great. I really loved the women's wear in this. There were women who walked the runway and there were some great women's pieces. This look I really loved. If they did this shirt in a color that wasn't this color, I would really love it. Like, do it in a baby pink, I'm there. Do it in a white, I'm there. I really love this shirt. I love the turquoise detail that they did in a lot of their accessories and buttons. I love turquoise. I think it's beautiful. So I really loved all of that. Yes, there are a lot of cowboy boots. Am I going to buy cowboy boots? Probably not, although, hey, I might eat my words on that when they come in. I love the jeans. The jeans fits were like really relaxed jeans. Like, jeans are hard for me because I'm so curvy, but if I had her body and I could wear those jeans, I love the look of them. They're fantastic. We also saw another women's wear look. I'm not fussed on this women's wear look. I would never wear anything from this, but we most certainly saw women walk the runway. Now, it's interesting to me that we are getting more runways where men walk with the women and women walk with the men. I love it. I'm here for it. Go for it, guys. Stop having men's and women's wear. Let's just have shows. I'm all for it. I'm here for it. This look, so commercial. It's a bomber jacket. Like, or do we call it a bomber jacket? I think it's a bomber jacket. Like, it's a bomber jacket. It's beautiful. Like, it's so commercial. Why? Like, break it down. A pair of brown trousers, those steamer bags, happy to see them back. I'm here for it. That's the heritage of this brand. I'm so happy Pharrell's still paying homage to it. Love it. So I can see how commercial this look is. The Minecraft look, yep. So, okay, it's a little out there. We've seen it quite a few times now. He's going with this pixel thing and he's running with it. Cool. We could be a little bit over it. But those pants that this guy's wearing are so on trend with the 90s theme coming back. I'm thinking they're going to sell really well. You got your Timberland boots. They're going to absolutely sell out, I'm sure. This pixelated jacket, great jacket, beautiful colors for someone who's not me. And a check shirt, which in Australia we call it a flannelette shirt because they generally do it in flannel when you get that check, but it's like that, it's classic. Like, I don't have the same feelings about this collection that other people did. I saw it in a very different way. This look, this is one of the looks you could buy from head to toe and pull off without any questions. It's a jacket, it's a pair of jeans. Now, some people are going to yell at me in the comments and say, well, it's not very creative because we've seen this before. Yep, we saw it in the 90s. I was there the first time around, but this is what he needs to do. He needs to bring in the current trends, make it commercial in a lot of ways, and throw in his artistic flair at the same time. It's a very, very hard line to walk. I wouldn't want to be a creative director for anything. I think it would be really hard to pull together all these ideas and have a big picture and then make it come to life, and to do it as many times as current creative directors have to at the moment. So we see so many collections and they have to have so many ideas and they're forever having to be creative and churn things out. And yes, while they have a team to support them, there is still a big picture that has to happen, and they've got to consider the business aspect of it. Like, no thanks. That sounds like really hard work to me. This look, oh my goodness, this is one of the looks that I really wish my husband could wear, because I'm like, that's hot. I can do that. Great jacket, brilliant jeans. Yes, you've got the detail on it that makes looks like chaps, but I think that's great. Give me a detail. That's fantastic. So I loved this look. And then we have this one. Look, why not do a business look? Like the black coat with the turquoise buttons. Oh my God, it's beautiful. I think that's so stunning with the turquoise buttons. I love turquoise. So I thought this look was like just a really easy one. It gives you a little bit of flair with the detail through the neck, and the turquoise details, but it's still very classic, very commercial. Love it. And then we have this one, which is very similar with the shorter coat. We've got the cowboy hat, but turquoise buttons again. So very commercial, very beautiful. Like, I loved so many of these looks. And of course, I have to mention, I have to talk about the speedies that walked the runway. So of course we had the beautiful pink, turquoise and purple speedies walk the runway, which I'm a little excited. I had said in a previous video, had Pharrell brought out the leather speedies in pink, I would have been here for it. My sales associate has been saying to me for months, hang about, I think you might get your wish. He foresaw this long before I did, and because he had planted that seed in my head, I didn't pull the trigger on an earlier color, and I am so grateful to you, Peter, for having that plant that idea in my head, because I didn't spend thousands of dollars on the green. Have I placed an order? Yes, I have, and you'll have to wait and see what comes, because there isn't just one. I will throw that out there. But thank you, Pharrell, for giving me my colors. I'm very excited. So yes, we did see the speedies come through in different colors. We're seeing the Color Mania colors come through. The turquoise was out there, but I think the turquoise is less likely to stay as a color because it fits in this collection with the Native American theme, with all the turquoise that he used as details in this collection. So I think the turquoise will be very limited, whereas the other colors I think we might see hang around for a while, because we saw them through the Color Mania collection, and I feel like that's going to become a staple. We're going to see those colors replicated into many different things, and I don't think we're done with that. So those of you who are waiting for a monogram speedy in those colors, I reckon, look, don't quote me. I don't have inside information on that. Nobody's mentioned it to me, but I wouldn't be surprised. I just wouldn't be surprised. So yes, there were a lot of commercial pieces in this. I really loved it. And I know a lot of people hated this, but I'm looking at it from a look and a commercial standpoint, and the fact that it is very Pharrell, which is what you want from a creative director. But it's really beautiful. Like, it was just artistic, and I love that. So I'm all right with the fact that, no, you know, people are saying, oh, we've seen stuff like this before. Yeah, okay. And oh, it was so out there, no one's going to buy this. Well, I don't know. And I don't know. I just, like I said, I feel like creative directors really walk a fine line, and at no point is everybody going to be happy. It's just not going to work. There's very few collections that have ever walked a runway and we've all gone, oh my God, it was so new and fresh and perfect, exactly as it was. Everybody's got an opinion, and those opinions don't often line up. I liked it. I thought it was great. And I really love how Pharrell's doing this. I love that he's being Pharrell, but he is certainly not stomping all over the heritage of Louis Vuitton. He's trying desperately to work with that. And that's hard. Is he going to be here for the long haul? I feel like he's doing a lot of work for someone who's not going to be there for the long haul. It's his third collection. Do I see him doing 10 years with the house? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be a lifer. But I certainly see him hanging around for a while. He's putting an awful lot of effort into stamping his mark on this house, on Louis Vuitton, and making a name for himself. He has a career outside of this, but lots of designers and creative directors work for multiple houses. So why not work for this house, maybe design for another house, and have a music career? You don't have to necessarily be tied to one thing. And very creative people often need lots of different outlets. I'm not a creative person, certainly not on that scale. My husband is incredibly creative. And I feel like the more creative you are, the more outlets you need. When we look at highly creative people like, say, Dave Grohl and other musicians, they often have their own band, and then they will play with other bands at different times to try and get inspiration and really build themselves up as a creative. So there's no reason that Pharrell can't have a music career and design for Louis Vuitton, and even design for another house if he chooses to, and still be what he needs to be. Like, sometimes creative people need lots of outlets, and that's what keeps them creative. So I think he'll be around for a while. I think if you're Nicolas Gastier, who is the creative director for women's wear, you should be a little bit nervous, mate, because a lot of people say that his position in the company is really cemented in, and he has just signed a new contract. Yes, I find him boring as, and I'll use a very Australian term, I find him boring as batshit. I find him to be just such a snooze fest. When he signed his new contract, I was like, damn it, I was hoping we'd get someone new. Now, people say that he is commercial. Sure, he is, and that's why he does so well and they keep him around. But there's no excitement there, and you can't just keep throwing out these wrap coats and hoping that we'll all buy them. He most certainly has glimpses of creative genius. When he did the extra large collection, I was there for it. That was my favorite collection of his that he has ever done. He has pieces, he has moments, but there's nothing exciting about him. And now that we're seeing women brought onto the men's runway and Pharrell is dressing women, I just think Nicholas might just become like a smaller name. So he's no longer going to get top billing, and I find him boring. And he's signed a new contract. He's not going anywhere, but if they would replace him, please, that would be fantastic for me. I'd like something new and urban and maybe a little bit more fresh than what we're currently seeing from the women's wear. Lots of people love him, but I'm just, yeah, I'm not here for it. So that's my take on the Pharrell Williams runway. I don't know anything. I'm nobody. I'm just somebody who consumes bags and looks and ready to wear. I'm an avid lover of Louis Vuitton and have been for many, many years. I am built from the Marc Jacobs era, so a lot of my perspective is built out of what Marc Jacobs did for the house many years ago, and I'm excited for the first time. Like, Virgil gave us excitement and I still feel that, and Pharrell is giving me excitement. Nicholas is not. So I'm here for that feeling again, that Marc Jacobs feeling that we had when they walk the runway and we go, oh, I love that. I'm here for the commercial aspect of it. I'm here to see pieces go into production and be worn. I'm loving all of this. So I'm sure my take is very different to a lot of people's. I know that there were a lot of people who really hated this collection. I loved it. So, and I'm excited to show you guys what I ordered from this runway. So I'm sure a lot of you have very firm feelings about what I've bought, and you may well be correct, but it's about 6 months before those pieces come in. So a runway walks and then you don't see them for 6 months. So probably just after the midway point of 2024, those pieces will arrive and I will unbox them for you. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to see those pieces when they come in. Tell me in the comments down below, what did you think about this show? Did you absolutely hate it, or can you see it from an artistic perspective and from a commercial perspective and what he's done with it? I'm really interested to hear. I'm happy to hear dialogue in the comments down below and hear from other people. Even if you completely disagree with me, let me know. I'm fine with it. If you've liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Please also hit the little bell notification so you know when I've uploaded videos, which is usually twice a week, and sometimes I'll throw in an extra. I'll also throw up my Instagram handle for you so you can come follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection and my day-to-day life, so please come follow me over there. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.